Do you think you're being a good cat owner? You probably do. You feed your cat, you give them attention, you clean their space. But here's what nobody tells you. Some of the everyday things you do, things that feel completely normal, even loving, are actually hurting your cat. Not physically, but emotionally, psychologically, in ways that quietly erode the bond you think you're building. These 6 things happen in most homes every single day. And once you see what they're really doing to your cat, you won't be able to ignore them anymore. Let's start with something you're probably doing right now. Number 1. You're staring them down without realizing it. Owners think prolonged eye contact shows love, but cats read it as a direct threat. Have you ever gazed lovingly into your cat's eyes during a cuddle, only to have them suddenly turn away, flatten their ears, or jump off your lap entirely? You probably felt rejected, maybe even hurt, but here's what was actually happening. When you look directly into your cat's eyes for more than 3 seconds without blinking, you're sending a predator signal. Researchers at the University of Sussex found that sustained direct gaze triggers the same neural threat response in cats as encountering an unfamiliar dominant animal. Your cat wasn't being aloof. They were de-escalating what they perceived as a stare down. One owner described finally understanding why her cat would leave during their bonding time. She realized she'd been staring lovingly for minutes while her cat grew increasingly tense. Watch what happens during your next cuddle session. If your cat breaks eye contact, turns their head away, or seems uncomfortable, they're not rejecting you. They're protecting themselves from what feels like a threat display you never intended to send. And later in this video, when we get to how you approach your cat right after stressful household events, you'll understand why this eye contact pattern matters even more. Number 2. Your cleaning products are a chemical assault. You smell fresh linen, but your cat experiences olfactory overload that spikes stress hormones. You spray that citrus-scented cleaner. You plug in a vanilla air freshener. To you, it smells fresh, clean, pleasant, but to your cat, it's a chemical assault they cannot escape. Your cat has 200 million olfactory receptors. You have 5 million. That's 40 times more sensitive. Every time you clean, your cat's nervous system is being bombarded with chemical compounds at concentrations you cannot even perceive. Dr. Tony Buffington at The Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center documented that cats exposed to strong artificial fragrances, essential oil diffusers, and ammonia-based cleaners showed elevated cortisol levels for up to 6 hours after a single cleaning session. Some cats displayed stress behaviors like excessive grooming, hiding, or appetite suppression for the entire day. Picture your cat retreating under the bed the moment you pull out the mop. That's not quirky cat behavior. That's a nervous system in distress trying to escape an environment that has become chemically hostile. One owner switched to unscented, enzyme-based cleaners and noticed her cat stopped hiding during cleaning days and actually began approaching her sooner afterward. When we reach the final item about timing your affection, you'll see exactly why what happens right after you clean determines whether your cat feels safe or trapped. Number 3. Your feeding schedule is all over the place. You think cats are flexible grazers, but unpredictable mealtimes erode their sense of security. You feed your cat at 7 a.m. one day, 9 a.m. the next. Sometimes you forget until noon on weekends. It seems harmless, flexible, but here's what you're actually doing. You're dismantling the biological rhythm that governs your cat's entire stress response system. Your cat's ancestors were crepuscular hunters who relied on precise dawn and dusk hunting windows. Dr. Sarah Ellis at the University of Lincoln found that cats with inconsistent feeding schedules displayed significantly higher anxiety markers, including increased vocalization, pacing near food areas, and stress-related grooming. The unpredictability activates the same survival vigilance as food scarcity in the wild. Imagine your cat sitting by their empty bowl at 7 a.m., waiting. Their cortisol rising with each passing minute because their internal clock is screaming that the hunt should have succeeded by now. But nothing happens, and they have no control. No way to predict when resources will appear. The emotional cost isn't hunger. It's the erosion of trust that you will meet their needs reliably. One owner set a phone alarm for the same 2 times daily and within a week noticed her cat stopped yowling at 5 a.m. and began waiting calmly. Predictability had replaced panic. And if this is changing the way you see your cat right now, hit that like button and subscribe. That's how we get these videos to more cat owners who need to understand what their daily habits are really doing. Because the next 3 things might be even harder to hear. Especially the last one. Number 4. You're ignoring the leave me alone signals. You see a grumpy mood, but your cat is giving clear warnings that continued touch will escalate to fear. Your cat's ears rotate backward into airplane ears. Their tail begins a low, agitated swish. Whiskers pull flat against their face. Body turns slightly away from your hand. These are not subtle hints. They are a graduated warning system documented in Behavioral Processes Journal as the feline equivalent of saying I am approaching my threshold, please stop now. Yet most owners continue petting, talking, reaching, because they interpret the cat's stillness as tolerance rather than freeze response. Here's what you can test today. The moment you see airplane ears or a single tail swish during petting, immediately stop all contact. Turn your gaze away. Wait 30 seconds without moving toward your cat. Then watch whether they choose to re-engage by approaching you, or whether they walk away. If they walk away, you just prevented a stress response that would have flooded their system with adrenaline and made them associate your touch with threat. One owner described the revelation of realizing her cat didn't suddenly bite. She'd been ignoring 5 clear signals for 20 seconds before the bite. Her cat had been begging her to stop the entire time. Number 5. The way you pet them feels invasive, not loving. You're stroking their back and tail because it seems affectionate, but you're overstimulating nerve clusters cats instinctively protect. When you run your hand down your cat's spine toward their tail or stroke along their hindquarters, you're activating a dense network of hypersensitive nerve endings. Researchers at the University of Bristol identified these as tactile zones cats instinctively guard, grooming access points and vulnerability zones that trigger defensive arousal, not pleasure, in most cats. The same study found that cats showed measurably longer, more relaxed interaction times when touch was confined to the temporal glands, the cheeks, forehead, and base of ears. These are the areas cats naturally rub against objects to deposit scent. Back and tail petting led to shorter sessions ending in the cat walking away or swatting. Picture the moment your cat is purring on your lap. You reach back to stroke their tail base. Suddenly they bite your hand and bolt. You feel confused and hurt. But your cat just experienced what felt like an intrusive touch on a boundary zone they never consented to having handled. This isn't affection gone wrong. It's affection applied to the wrong location. And the cat is telling you the truth about what actually feels safe. Number 6. You're reaching for them right after you've stressed them out. You want to comfort them immediately after vacuuming or visitors leave, but cats need recovery time before they can accept touch. Remember at the beginning when I told you that what happens right after you clean determines whether your cat feels safe or trapped? This is it. When you finish vacuuming, mopping with strong scented cleaner, or saying goodbye to loud house guests, your instinct is to scoop up your cat and reassure them. But their nervous system is still in threat mode, flooded with stress hormones that take 30 to 90 minutes to metabolize. Your immediate approach feels like a second stressor, not a comfort. Current biology research on feline stress recovery found that cats allowed to retreat to a quiet, elevated space without human interaction for at least 45 minutes after a stressful event returned to baseline heart rate and cortisol significantly faster than cats who were handled immediately. And they were more likely to seek affection voluntarily within 2 hours. The difference is autonomy. Your cat needs to feel they have control over when closeness resumes, not that closeness is being imposed while they're still physiologically defensive. One owner started waiting 1 full hour after vacuuming before approaching her cat, and her cat began emerging from hiding on her own and actually initiating contact, something that had never happened before. You're not withholding love by giving space. You're offering the kind of respect that allows your cat to trust that you understand what they actually need. Cats don't tell you when you've hurt them. They don't cry. They don't complain. They just pull away, hide more, trust less. And most owners never understand why the bond feels distant, why their cat seems aloof, why affection feels one-sided. But now you know. Every stare, every strong scented spray, every unpredictable meal, every ignored signal, every misplaced touch, every poorly timed approach, they all add up. Not into one catastrophic moment, but into a quiet erosion of trust that happens so slowly you don't see it until it's already gone. The good news is that trust can be rebuilt, one small change at a time, because your cat is still choosing to stay, still waiting by the bowl, still sitting near you, even when they're unsure. That choice is worth more than you realize. If today's revelation helped you see your feline friend in a new light, please hit the like button and share this video with a fellow cat lover. It helps our research reach more people who want to love their cats the right way. Subscribe to join our colony here at Meow Parology and never miss a new discovery. Thank you for watching, and remember, out of everyone in the world, they chose you.